10 quotes by Emilia Alcock as young Rhaenyra. The 5th episode of House of the Dragon, which was explosive, will be followed by another time jump. This will be a much larger leap, taking the viewers deeper into the future and aging a number of characters. Rhaenyra Targaryen won't be a teenager, and Viserys' little children will also be older. With the passage of time, Emilia Alcock will no longer be portraying the part. Instead, an older Rhaenyra will be played by Emma Darcy. Alcock has a number of impactful lines throughout her tenure as the princess, even though she won't be playing the role anymore. Are you ready? I'd rather serve as a knight. Her discomfort with childbirth. Rhaenyra and Daenerys Targaryen have a shared desire in becoming involved in the action. Both of them are riding into danger on the back of a dragon, yet neither is seen carrying a weapon or engaging in hand-to-hand combat. The birthing bed is their battleground, Queen Aemma informs her daughter in the opening episode. Rhaenyra's response to her mother's statement is this quotation: "She longs to choose her own path and has no interest in adhering to the expectations that society places on women in terms of tradition." Scan the QR code for additional scene. Without them, we're just like everyone else. Her view of dragons. King Viserys' devotion to his daughter Rhaenyra is one of his most obvious qualities. He demonstrates this by being able to speak with her in private about important issues, despite his displeasure with her throughout the first half of the season. Rhaenyra expresses her admiration for the dragons that have contributed to the strength of her line as she says this to her father. She demonstrates to her father that she is modest in her views of the Targaryen family, demonstrating her capacity to rule with consideration. Scan the QR code for additional scene. Syrax is quite protective of me. Puts Otto in his place. Rhaenyra respects her father's position as king, but she makes it clear time and time again that she won't follow commands from other members of the court. She dismisses Otto when he tries to persuade her to depart with guards when she arrives to assist in recovering the dragon egg from Dima. She says this while cautioning the guards under Otto's command not to act hastily because her dragon, Syrax, is standing by to defend her. While the previous phrase demonstrates her respect for dragons, she also acknowledges that dragons gave her power. As I am ceaselessly reminded. Sasses her father. Rhaenyra makes clear how powerful she is in the court, but she also serves as a gentle reminder to the viewer that she is still a young woman. She frequently fights with her father as a teenager and pushes back against his judgments regarding her lifestyle. The princess snaps at Viserys in episode 3 as they are leaving for the hunt and he is reminding her that she has obligations. She may be aware of her princess's responsibilities, but it's obvious that she gets annoyed when they're brought up. None of them has ever held my position. Her duties as princess. Rhaenyra is aware of the extraordinary privilege she has, yet she frequently views it as a burden. She has access to many things that other people do not, but as a princess, she also carries a lot of responsibility as a young woman. She says this as Sarah Kristen reminds out that many others would desire to be in her place. She seemed to be less aware at this time that she comes from a more privileged situation than the average person. She is aware that others perceive her life as being more glamorous than it actually is. Scan the QR code for additional scene. We hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you have, then please do us a favor and subscribe to our channel. This means the world to us and it will help us grow the channel. Enjoy the rest of our video. I won't subject myself to the same fate. Views on her mother's death. Rhaenyra's thoughts on having kids were affected by her mother's passing away after childbirth. Rhaenyra didn't like the notion before her mother passed away, but now she fears it. She says this as she and Daemon are discussing marriage, expressing her desire to avoid motherhood and the dangers that accompany it. Although the novels show that Rhaenyra does end up having kids with both of her husbands, this shows that she is aware of the hazards associated with parenthood and disagrees with the expectations placed on women to produce heirs. Scan the QR code for additional scene. So you are accusing me of slanders you overheard? Her play on words. Rhaenyra's attraction to her uncle Daemon has been made plain. In the 4th episode, they have a sexual encounter in a brothel but do not engage in sexual activity. Rhaenyra was obviously saddened when he left her alone, even if it may have been for the best. When Alicent questions Rhaenyra about the incident with Daemon, she does not lie about it but rather skirts the facts in order to avoid admitting guilt. She also demonstrates her ability to utilize wit to turn the tables by saying this after Alicent acknowledges that she lacks evidence to back up her claims. Scan the QR code for additional scene. Each of us dine as we see fit. Her and Rhaenyra's agreement. Rhaenyra has 2 marriages, as book readers are aware. However, she recently wed Rhaenyra Targaryen at this point in the story. It is obvious that despite being married, these two respect rather than love one another. Rhaenyra does not want to end her relationship with Ser Criston or suppress her urges for sexual gratification, even if her father is pressuring her to wed. She says this remark in light of the fact that Rhaenyra has a male lover to demonstrate her understanding of his sexuality and her wish for them to accept each other's individual needs after they get married. Scan the QR code for additional scene. You must first do yours as king. She gets Otto fired. When Rhaenyra is being told by Viserys that she must get married right away and shoulder her responsibilities as a princess, she responds by pointing out that he must first fulfill his obligations as king. She notes that Otto's overemphasis on his own authority makes him troublesome as the king's hand. Otto Hightower's cunning and dictatorial demeanor provide the biggest problem. Despite years of success, this results in the removal of his post. Rhaenyra persuaded her father to remove this well-respected man from his position of authority, demonstrating her influence over her father's judgments. Scan the QR code for additional scene. The Iron Throne looms larger than me. Respect for her position. When Criston begs Rhaenyra to flee with him in episode 5 and she refuses, it is one of the most painful scenes. This demonstrates that the princess is aware that her responsibilities as an heir take precedence over her aspirations. Rhaenyra frequently expressed her desire to rule as the queen and take charge of her people, therefore it is unlikely that she would have gone with Criston even if she had wanted to. She is honoring the legacy of her house by deciding to prioritize her kingdom over a carefree way of life. Scan the QR code for additional scene. Thank you for watching. We hope that you liked our video. Please like and subscribe to our channel and don't forget to leave your comment. Exclusive House of the Dragon merchandise is also available. The links are listed in the description. Don't forget to watch our video about Daemon as well.